8-hour service.
Aber ich habe meine Stimme nicht verstellt. Alles normal.
Das finde ich richtig
Jetzt
gut.
weiß ich, bin. Yeah.
Das finde ich richtig geil.
And the t-shirt?
Here? You want? Look up, otherwise I can't see. Thank you. There you go.
Come. You?
Oh.
It's not working.
Yeah, that will be difficult.
Difficult as well.
You have a silver? Ah,
Silver, yeah.
That's better.
Thank
There
you.
Sì, ovviamente prenderemo rischi inutili, però proverò a tenere
I need the silver pen, fast. And also you give me pen.
And you what? Yeah, you did.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. He signed for you? Really, you're happy now?
Sorry guys, we need to go to drivers. All right, everyone, let's go. Later on. This side, come on.
With my personal favourite album, I don't let it buy. That's what you know.
Yeah, kids.
Our pole sitter this evening. Congratulations, what a moment for you in your career.
Yeah, thank you very much. Has been a very positive day yesterday. Obviously, since child I've always been dreaming about the first pole, and it has finally happened. And unfortunately we don't score any points for qualifying, so my focus now is on the race and try to do the best start possible to keep the position, and then hopefully we can have a clean race from both of us on the front row.
How tricky is this circuit with the start, the wheel spin especially?
Yeah, but I think the most difficult thing here is that where we are doing the start actually in free practice is quite a big difference of grip compared to where we are doing the start now, which is on the grid. So yeah, we'll have to adapt ourselves quickly, but hopefully everything is smooth.
What's been your reaction to how people have reacted to you getting the pole position? Everyone seems so happy for you. They all want you to do so well.
Well, thank you for the positive comments. It obviously feels good when you have support, and thanks a lot for the huge support.
Well, have a great race. We all can't wait to see what you can do.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Right, let's have a chat with Sebastian Vettel, also on the front row this evening. Sebastian, great to see Ferrari have found their mojo again. You're looking out the front row. What can we expect from you guys this evening?
It's very windy. Yeah, I think it should be a good race. I think it will be a very, very close fight between ourselves, Mercedes, and I think also the Red Bulls, especially going the distance. So, yeah, obviously we hope for a good start, try to stay ahead, and then we see what happens.
You mentioned the wind. How does that affect you in the car?
Well, we have enough downforce, so it won't blow us away, but it will have an effect, and it will make the car light, especially the gusts are very difficult to predict. So we will see, but we can't change it, so we've got to live with it.
And just for yourself personally, coming into this race, mentally, how different are you feeling to 2 weeks ago in Melbourne?
Well, I feel the same. I mean, I think I'm ready to race. Obviously, it's much nicer knowing that you can do something over the weekend and have a car that you're able to fight for. Hopefully, the win. I think, as I said, it will be very close. So, yeah, we've been, it has been fairly straightforward in practice sessions so far, and including qualifying. But today will be the main challenge, and I expect it to be very tough.
Have a great race. Thank you. We'll come to you, Valtteri Bottas. Sorry to interrupt the Finnish love-in over here. Valtteri, congratulations on your position. I know you were disappointed with it, but how much of the extra DRS zone is going to help you today? And what can you do from fourth?
I'm sure from fourth we can do plenty. It's a long race ahead, and yeah, we seem to have an okay race pace. Nothing's been lost yet, so for sure we try to do everything we can to get ahead of the Ferraris.
What is the feeling like back at base? I know you had such a successful run into this championship. Everyone's still positive, not worried that the Ferrari have perhaps taken it back and they're going to run away with it?
Well, for sure we would be ideally in the same position than in Melbourne, but they've made good steps ahead, especially on straight line speed. So we do have work to do, but we are definitely motivated to get back up to a speed we want to be.
And in terms of strategy around here this evening, is it a one-stop or a two-stop that you're looking at?
I'm not going to tell you.
Go on, tell us, Valtteri.
One of those.
No one's watching.
We'll see.
Have a great race. Thank you very much. Kimmy, how are you? Sorry, I know you're just desperately not wanting to talk to me, but how are you? It's rather gusty, isn't it? You said that you were worried about the wind picking up here at Bahrain.
Yeah, I mean, it is the same for everybody, obviously, but we see how it affects our cars and see what we get.
How difficult is it for you, having missed so much running in FP2, not to know really where the car stands when it comes to race pace? And how do you prepare then? What data can you look at?
Not really any data. Obviously, we get some tire data from everybody, but it's a bit unknown. But we'll figure it out as we go, and hopefully we'll get it right.
Living on the edge, Kimmy. Have a great race.
Thank you.
In fifth today for this evening's Grand Prix. Do you think you're going to be attacking more or defending more this evening?
Defending from Carlos. Apparently.
I love this. We've got Carlos just here as well. He says
Defending.
He's so mean. Cat backwards, he means business.
Always, like him.
But what do you reckon? What do the numbers tell you?
Well, the numbers are a bit all over the place, so I don't know. We'll try to follow Mercedes. I think Ferrari's a bit quick, but yeah, maybe it will change now with the wind. It's really windy today, so hopefully that will help us, but I guess we'll find out throughout the race.
How has the car been feeling all this weekend? Do you feel like you're making progress and moving in the right direction? Hold on to that hat, Max.
It's not so lovely this weekend, but I think we are understanding the car better and better. Of course, you cannot change the car anymore after qualifying, but yeah, it has to be better, and we'll try to do better next weekend. But first, of course, we have to try and have a good race here.
Have a good one. We'll come to you then, Carlos. You say that Max is going to be defending. That means you've got to overtake him first. How is that going to happen?
Well, yeah, I wish. It's going to be tough, obviously. It was more a joke than a reality, but yeah, for sure I'm gonna try and have a good start. We first to attack Max. First we need to pass Magnussen and then think about Max, no? So we will see. I think the Red Bulls in race pace, they always pick it up, so it was just a bit of a dream.
A lot of people in the paddock are maybe a touch surprised at McLaren's pace this weekend. Are you surprised? Was the team surprised by the performance so far?
I think already in Barcelona testing we saw we've taken a step forward compared to last year. We knew we could potentially be a Q3 car. In Australia, we were nearly Lando demonstrated that we are a Q3 car, and here, me with a clean weekend, we showed it. So not so surprised, but very proud of the team.
We're just gone past lots of marshals cheering you all on, and of course this is essentially a home race for McLaren. How important is it therefore to get a great result for them?
It's important. Obviously it's our home race. We need to keep doing the job like we did it, but we don't need to get overexcited. We already had a good job yesterday, did a good job yesterday, and today it's just all about bringing the points home and get our first point finish.
Have a great race. Thank you, Carlos. Nico Hülkenberg, we come to you. Nico.
Oh no.
Oh
yes. Oh yes.
We're on camera, don't say oh no. Nico, disappointing for you, but this is a track where you can overtake, and especially with this extra DRS zone where we're going along now, how much is that going to play into your hands this evening?
Well, if you say so, then that must be true.
I am Mystic Meg with my crystal ball.
If it doesn't work, then I'll come to you after the race personally and blame you.
Oh, this is very upsetting. It's not how I want to go into today's race. Do you feel confident that you've got the car to be able to make those passes?
I think it's all very tight, and to be honest, it's going to be difficult. Little things will make the difference. Not sure how possible overtaking is, but we'll certainly try to recover as much as possible, and hopefully we can squeeze a point out or something like that.
Well, have a great race, and I'm hiding. If anything happens, do not blame me.
You better. I'll find you.
Kevin, a fantastic result for you yesterday in qualifying. This is absolutely amazing, this wind, isn't it? It's quite scary. What, will you be a little helicopter out there in your car?
Yeah, I think some corners are going to be really, really good and some are going to be really, really bad.
Is it possible to fight with the likes of Ferrari today, or is it really Max and the Mercedes that you're mixing it up with?
I mean, that would be great to be mixing it up with them, but I think it's going to be more defending from behind this race, and if we can hold on to our starting position, then that's a really good result.
Well, have a great race, and I'm going to move now to your teammate Romain Grosjean. Bonsoir. Hello, Romain. A tricky session for you yesterday in qualifying, which has perhaps made things a little more difficult for you this evening. How are you mentally approaching this race?
Yeah, good. I think we've got a good car with a good quali. We should have good pace today. Hopefully the conditions are challenging with the wind, so hopefully we can use a little bit of that to play in our hand, and I think we should have a good race.
And in terms of tyre degradation, what are you expecting? A lot of tyre management on your side?
Yeah, not a big surprise there. So, it's
nearly took myself out there.
So that's going to be tyre management. It's always quite high on those circuits. It's a rough tarmac, so try to use the experience.
Well, have a great race, Roma.
Thank you.
It's so emotional, Daddy. Yes, I'm just saying it's so windy out here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I can see. You can see your head through the reflection, right?
It's rather off-putting.
How are you going?
I am really well.
Swept.
I'm having a great time, loving interviewing you. I'm wondering how long you were up last night pondering over that tricky strategy question.
What was that? Oh, I said something, didn't I, about strategy? Did I?
Well, I think you are in the lucky position to potentially have a free choice.
Yes, exactly.
We all remember our first F1 race.
Yeah. I don't know.
Still not sure?
Not sure.
Oh, I love it. You guys are leaving it to chance.
About?
With the tyre situation.
Just kidding. We're good. We're going to start on new tyres.
How many stops are we thinking we're having here in Bahrain?
17.
17, fantastic. Imagine if we had that many overtakes.
Oh, there'll hopefully be more than 17.
Do you know what? There could be several hundred if we have the amount percentage ratio going up from Melbourne.
Yes. I don't know what you're talking about again.
We had lots of overtakes in Melbourne, and if the amount goes up, as it did in Melbourne in Bahrain, we could have several hundred.
Yeah, and what goes up must come down.
Talking of what comes down, have you heard whether it's going to rain?
Negative.
Negativo, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I heard earlier, who was it? It was Danny Kvyat, wasn't it? Saying 50% chance.
I wouldn't believe much he says.
No, what? It's an interesting smell out here, isn't there, Danny?
I think it's a ball water. It's not me. What are you trying to say?
I'm just loving this so much, and I hope you have a great race.
No, please don't leave me.
I won't. Have a great race.
Thanks. See you later.
Good evening, Lewis. Yesterday, you said...
Afternoon? What do you mean?
It feels like it's getting dark, though, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, it was a nighttime race.
A bit ominous.
Yeah.
Yesterday, you said you enjoyed qualifying, and yet we have a Ferrari front row lockout. So what's that all about?
Well, I just love the the intensity of qualifying when it's that close. So it just requires you to... particularly for us, where we didn't have the pace to be on the front row, it requires that extra perfection, and sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't, but obviously I'm really happy to at least be closer, and we're in fighting distance of giving them a good run for the race.
Do you think it's possible to get in between them off the start, or are you going to have to wait a little bit and be a bit more strategic in terms of getting past Sebastian and ultimately Charles?
I have no idea. It can go either way. It can be there's obviously an opportunity at the start to get a good start, but Ferraris generally often get good starts, so it'll be interesting. We'll give it everything we got. Otherwise, the strategy is going to be interesting today. You see how windy it is, so that will come into play. And then
you've got that extra new set of soft tyres.
Yeah, but we're quite a lot slower on the straights than them, so passing may be difficult, but we'll be giving it everything for sure.
Have a great race.
Thank you.